Hey everybody, I'm Delicia. Thanks for tuning into the Cigar Vixen channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at another new cigar featured in the IPCPR 2017 trade show. This is the Jacob's Ladder made by Southern Draw. This is one of two new cigars that they released and showcased at IPCPR at the trade show. I had a chance to visit with the owner, Robert Holt, and his wife, and their whole team and family, and just what an incredible group of people. I very privileged to have had the time to sit down and had a really lengthy conversation, not really an interview, just kind of smoking a cigar, talking about cigars, talking about the brand with, again, Robert Holt of Southern Draw. This cigar is made, like all their other cigars, out of AJ Fernandez's factory in Esteli, Nicaragua. So right off the bat, you know you're getting wonderful craftsmanship, you're getting beautiful construction. That's a given. But you also get a really nice amount of flavor. I'm a huge fan of pretty much all of the Southern Draw line. I haven't really smoked a cigar from them that I didn't like. So that being said, I want to try out this new one here, which Robert was kind enough to give me a little bit of a rundown on the name. I know some of you like to hear about why things are named the way they are. So of course, those of you who are familiar with the Bible, you'll pick up right away the biblical reference to Jacob's Ladder. I believe it's the tie to heaven and earth, and that's one reference of the name of the cigar. But also, very special, it pays tribute to their son, their oldest son, Ethan Jacob, I believe is his full name. And from what Robert said, I can't wait to meet Jacob. I mean, he sounds like such a cool guy, big guy, but sounds like he just has an incredible heart. He mentioned, some of the times that he's taken him out to Nicaragua to the factory and just some of the comments that he made. He just sounds like a real sweetheart. So that's always amazing. I love to hear people that make those ties back to their family, especially their children. How cool is that? So this cigar is right off the bat, they tell you hey, he gave me the choice. Do you want to smoke this one or do you want to smoke the other one, the Rose of Sharon? I said, well, I haven't eaten yet this morning. He said, well, you better wait to smoke the Jacob's Ladder until later in the day because it is kind of strong. So I did, and he's right. It is strong, but it has incredible flavor. So I'm going to get right into that. I'm going to go ahead and use my little V-cut here. Get a nice sweetness, hint of a little bit of a dark cherry, dried cherry on that pre-lit draw. And I forgot to mention the blend because I was talking too much about the name. The blend itself is a beautiful combination of wonderful grown tobacco. This one in particular is featuring a wrapper from Pennsylvania, a broadleaf wrapper from Pennsylvania, Ecuadorian Maduro on the binder, and then the fillers come from Nicaragua. I'm imagining all from AJ. Safe assumption if he's making the cigars for them. So yeah, again, great flavor. I took off the little bit of cedar that comes around the foot of it. So if you wanted to, you could use your torch to light up that cedar. You can light it that way. I discarded it, but I'm going to go ahead and use my little torch. It also has a semi-shaggy foot, a little bit of a closed, not quite closed, it's open, but it kind of runs just over the foot of the cigar. I like that because it just makes it light up very nicely. Kind of keeps it real even. And just a beautiful color. Again, that broadleaf tobacco is amazing. And the Pennsylvania variety is very flavorful as well. Most of you are familiar with the Connecticut broadleaf, but again, Pennsylvania is also growing some really nice broadleaf tobacco. Wow, sweet right away. I love it. Nice amount of sugar. Kind of like that dried sugary little, not quite cocoa. What is it? It's kind of molasses-like type of a sweetness. So I'll take that back. Still get a little bit of that dried influence of a sugar, like I don't know what that, it'll come to me later what I'm trying to get at. I'm meshing my words up, but there's a nice sugary essence to it, a little bit of that molasses, nice amount of spice right away, especially again, I just did a little tiny bit on the retro, picked up that black pepper right away. The smoke is of course going right into my nostrils as I'm talking to you, but nice aroma as well. Beautiful smoke output thus far. A little bit of a toastiness to it as well, but great flavors. Again, that nice sweetness just gets you right off the bat. Huge fan of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and smoke it down a little bit more, and of course check back in with you guys for the second third. So coming back for the second third, Southern Draw Jacob's Ladder. Good flavors. Anise, a little bit of cocoa, black pepper, definitely a spicy stick, but not so spicy that you're only tasting pepper. You're getting a nice combination of those flavors, the sweets from both the side of the cocoa and the anise, but you definitely get that black pepper, especially on the finish. But the strength is there. So this one definitely packs a punch. It's not for the light-hearted, light-stomached, whatever you want to call it, the people that don't have a high tolerance for the stronger cigars. But don't be afraid of it. It's not so strong that you're going to like fall over. It's just not a lighter cigar. So great flavor. Again, beautiful construction. The ash held on pretty good. It always falls off before I actually turn the camera back on because that's just always how it goes for me. But at least it didn't fall on my white shirt. That would have not been super cool. Anyways, good flavor. Gonna continue to smoke it down, and I'm gonna check back in with you guys, of course, for that last and final third. So coming back for the final third, as promised. The flavors haven't changed a whole lot. They've actually somewhat remained similar to how they were on that second third. The pepper spice that was there though has kind of mellowed out. There's still quite a bit of strength, but you get a lot of flavor along with that strength. So you get a little bit of cedar has been introduced in there. There's a little hint of like an earthiness underlying, again, I think more so from that broadleaf that's on the wrapper. And there's still a nice sweetness that's there. Not so much the anise, more along the lines of a cocoa. There's a tad hint of a roasted coffee, but even that's not super strong. It's just kind of in the background. But really good overall flavors, very complex, very full, as I mentioned. A good smoke. You definitely want to have something in your stomach. I actually have only had a protein shake so far today, and so this is hitting me a little bit stronger than if I would have perhaps had like a burger or a steak or something a little bit heavier. But even with that being said, it's not so overpowering that you can't enjoy it. It's the right amount of flavor, right amount of strength. A huge fan of the overall components of the cigar. And I forgot to mention that it comes in 3 different sizes, so the Robusto, Toro, and a Gordo, and the price point is about $9.50, $10, and then $11, depending on the size that you buy and of course where you buy it from. But I encourage you guys to try it out. It's a great story behind it, great complexity to it, good flavor, beautiful construction, an amazingly impressive amount of smoke output that it's producing, billowing amounts of beautiful smoke. So on that respect, it's also amazing. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.